Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
On 2nd down, it's Hill. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice... solid game. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 3rd and 1, Jackson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Calais Campbell in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week, and here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
A big play there on the catch and run. 47 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Going to give this time to the tailback. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, it's Hubbard. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here.
Ready. Mike 55. Hey, man. Watch the boot. Watch the boot. Shit.
They'll run on 1st down. Hubbard. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Back.
A quick throw complete to Chark. He's got the 1st down inside the 10. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, This is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground.
Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Josh Oliver, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Well, they sucked the defense in with a play fake, went over the top.
And I know from past experience, when offenses do that, a lot of times the defense guys are screaming at them, run the ball, run the ball. But the offense doesn't really care. They got 6 points.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the side. Line is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On the ground, this is Hill. And this may be a carbon copy as Hill again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. That one complete to Hill. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. On 1st down, it's Hubbard. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6.
Let's go one more. Sponge, sponge, sponge. No, no, no.
Go, Jackrabbit. Come on. Ready?
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Set up. 50. Plant.
Right there in the middle. 55. All right, T, let's go. All right, T.
5.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Let's go now. 10-2 soft. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
55 to Mike. Check. 55 to Mike. Bring it. Bring it.
So 3rd and long. Here's Minshew. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's Logan Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. With it is Brown. Gets around him. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Yeah. 36.
This time, Jackson will throw it. Flushed out right. He's going deep for Brown. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Here's Minshew. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Throwing on 1st down is Minshew. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he gets it down to the 32. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Check. Crunch.
Right back to him on 1st down. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Mike 55. Yeah.
Now a give, right side. Hubbard. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a 1st down.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that 1st.
8, read.
Oh, yeah.
Go.
Here we go again.
Let's go.
Minshew, 1st and 10. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Josh Oliver with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Lambeau on for the extra point. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Let's go.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did. Holding on to the football becoming a little bit of an issue. He had 2 fumbles last week, remember.
I played for a guy that used to talk all the time about creating turbulence in the pocket, making the quarterback jumpy, make him antsy, keep getting after him a little bit, and make sure he thinks about holding on to the ball because you're going after him.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
I got you. I got you.
Ready.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. They'll try the left side. It's Hubbard, and he'll get nothing out of that one. Call it no gain on the play, so no help there. And now 4th and goal. Well, if this defense can hold them to a field goal here, what a win that would be.
Not just a win on the possession, but psychologically take over the ball game. But this started with 1st and goal, so they were in 4-down territory right from the beginning. I say you finish it off and go for the touchdown.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Jackson throwing again, escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join, who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
All right, we get slap happy up here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Calais Campbell in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Check, nickel, on.
Here's Jackson. Flush to his right. And he's going to go down again. Josh Allen, he's the one that drops him this go-around. And that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. There's Jackson on 3rd and long. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They decided to air it out a little bit on that play, take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice, able to get a hand in and tip it away.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds back near their own 20. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. And that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tough.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. DJ Chark, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Marcus Peters on the coverage.
Set. 60 outlaw.
36. You don't see me in your nightmares.
Let go.
Looking to throw it. Minshew. And he completes it to Westbrook. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Now Brown. Officially that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. Minshew sets to throw. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now Minshew. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. The former first-round pick Marlon Humphrey there to get a hand on it. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You've got to cash in and get some points.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. On third down, Hubbard. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to fourth down. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Now after the made field goal, back out Lambeau to kick this one off. Fielded about a yard deep. So we come upon halftime in what's a 12-point game at the break. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go, baby.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Calais Campbell racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. This pass into the arms of Snead. 23 yards the pickup there.
It's a gain of 23 yards. And a Raven first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game.
Let's go. I got you. I got you. Deuce.
They'll go with Hill here on first down. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
I'm coming after you.
They run it again with Hill. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. Jackson. And that's knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Telvin Smith, able to get a hand on it there.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
They'll run for it. It's Ingram. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on fourth down. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Jackson's throw caught here by Boykin and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Calais Campbell in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target.
Line 36. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch 36. 36 to Mike.
On third down, Jackson. This is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A pickup of 24, and that's where the play began, the 24-yard line. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, his second touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys are back within a single score. Now Tucker to add the PAT. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is, his first miss, no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And they work this well upfield across the 40. Five.
Move those chairs. That's good for Jacksonville. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Hey, rock it, rock it.
54. I'm coming.
Snap.
They'll run on first down. It's Hubbard. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. From just shy of midfield, Minshew. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play, and guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it?
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. So the Jags will keep the offense out there as they'll decide to go for 2.
Recon, 132 fighter. Bang, bang. Bang, bang. Undercrush.
They'll look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite, but in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's Jackson to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Sacked by Yannick Ngakoue, the former Maryland Terp. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
To throw is Jackson on third down. He can run for it, and he will. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. Here's Sam Cook now. He's been terrific so far. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Get it.
And they give this time to the tailback. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Now back to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 13. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 13-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go. Here we go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar
I was
situation.
going to say maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the gun, Jackson. He goes underneath to Ingram. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. Call it a gain of 5. And they're going to have a third down. Jackson now. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off near the 44. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Let's go. 18 Gator.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
Speed grip.
On first down, it's Hubbard. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
60 Pittsburgh.
This one out quickly to Westbrook. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Pull it high. Hit it.
They'll try to throw for it with Minshew. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves to James. They'll run on first down. Hubbard, and he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that will make this a 19-point game. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
44 gonna need some therapy after this. Check.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. To throw is Jackson. Flush to his right. Now he'll pull it down. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. Under 10, under 10.
Jackson from the shotgun, eluding the pressure right. He'll run it. And he's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Line of scrimmage moves from one 37-yard line to the other as they come up 1st and 10. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
Hey, here we go.
Ready?
On 1st down, it's Hubbard. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Ready?
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 39-yard line.
Alert flare.
55.
They'll keep it on the ground. Hubbard. He's got the first down and more past midfield. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On 1st down now, run with McKinnon. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Get it.
Now a give, right side. It's Hubbard. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here, stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it. They've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
No gain on the play.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt.
A 46-yard attempt.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will extend their lead now up to 22. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Fofo's the Mike. Mike's Fofo.
Now Jackson on first down. Forced out to his left. He'll try and run it. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Now it's Jackson. Got a man. It's Brown. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
First down, Baltimore.
Ready. Let's go. Here I come. Check 99. Check 99.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Calais Campbell in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
Line 36. Let's go. Watch 36.
Throwing on second and long. Jackson, that's going to be caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. From the gun, it's Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. But it'll be second and goal. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being...
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Marquise Brown, his third touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And the Ravens cut into that lead. To throw again is Jackson. And he's going to get in for the score. And the lead now cut to 14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They all go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, he might reduce it, might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or 2, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse. How's
8 ounce.
that?
8 ounce is good.
All right, just checking.
Here we go. 30 base. Blue draw corkers.
Check safety. Watch the safety creep.
On third down, covered. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for Jacksonville, it's a much-needed victory as it gets them back to 2-4 on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.